All right, let me get this up here. What's up? What's up? Let me get this chat window popped out so I can see what you fine people are talking about. All right, got that where I wanted it. All right, all right, all right. I tell you what, it is hot in Texas tonight. Whew, it's a hot day today. Anyways, greetings, my friends. It's so nice to see you guys. Well, I can't really see you, but I can see your nice little names over there on the chat, so it's a pleasure to see you guys again. The regular crowd shuffles in. So tonight, I thought that I would mix it up a little bit because I kind of felt like it might be starting to get boring watching me draw that tuck case. So what I'm going to do tonight, and I'm going to get right into it. I started at 10:10, okay, so I can 10:10, so I know what time it is. I thought I would get right into it, and what I'm going to do tonight to change it up a little bit is I'm going to start on a court card. Now, I have done absolutely no work or no concepting for these court cards yet. So I have really absolutely no idea. I absolutely have no idea what these are going to look like. It's not. They're not going to be. They're not going to be like engraved like some of my stuff is, like say like the Federal 52 or the Civil War or the Sherlock Holmes. I think they're going to be a mixture of kind of classic standard with just some like stylized, like, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just going to start sketching and see where we go. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let me pull this over here so I can see what's going on. Make this window a little bit smaller. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but that's okay. That's why it's on a computer, and if it looks awful and I screw up, then guess what? I'll just start over. All right, let me get my pen. I got my pen. So what I'm going to do is I think my process for this project, at least right now, is going to be I'm going to rough sketch it in Photoshop just to get an idea of the lines and stuff like that. And then I probably will most likely end up taking it into Illustrator after that, and then, you know, tightening it up and doing all the design work. So that's that. All right. So let me just see if I'm all good to go. All that's good to go. Now, let me see. I want to, most of the time when I do this kind of stuff, anytime I'm doing kind of any kind of work, I always have some kind of reference just for inspiration, and also just for you know, reference. It's always good to be inspired, but sometimes it's good not to have anything. And I think I'm going to go with that. I think I'm going to go with that route this time, because I don't want to be influenced by anything, because so many times I have found as an artist that if you have one specific thing up, or you have one piece of reference up that you're looking at while you're drawing, so many times you get influenced a lot by that. What's up, Hartwell? I see you. Welcome. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly draw in. I'm going to do the King of Spades first. I'm just going to draw in a K right here, just so I have it up there, just for like size, because you always want to work with it in there because you have to work around it anyways. So I'm going to make sure that I don't draw over it. And then I'll have some spade here. Now, this is obviously not going to be These aren't going to be the pips probably, but I just want to have them in there as just placeholders. So I'm going to bring the opacity down, duplicate it, flip it around. Now I've got it in there. So I'm going to merge these layers. Now, then the first thing I do is I draw a center line just for ease of symmetry. And I'm going to center that center line in the middle. I'm going to duplicate it and then give me a vertical center line. Merge those layers. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to randomly draw a line that will be my symmetry point or my mirror point. And so I'm going to draw one line like that. And it may not end up like this, but it gives me something to start with. So I'm going to draw that line. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to turn it around. Now I've got two lines, and I'm just going to loosely use this line as like my point at which the two characters meet. All right. So I'm just going to draw some basic shapes. Let me tilt my monitor down a little bit. And if you have any questions, please ask me. I would love to talk with you guys while I'm doing this. What I'm going to do first is just going to draw some basic shapes. Like I said, this will be kind of, in my head, this is going to be standard-esque, but it's going to be very custom in the sense that it's not a standard set. So I'm going to draw some basic shapes just to get an idea of where things might be at. I don't like that at all. Just see here. All right, let's see. Maybe so. The King of Spades has got a sword, so I know I'm gonna have some kind of sword over here. Maybe it's a long sword like this, and then he's got his hand right here, and then the hilt of the sword is there, like that. And then let's see. Let's get his crown up here. Would I ever do a futuristic court set? I guess I could. Futuristic just in like the style of the characters? Is that what you're asking? Like what you would imagine the courts would look like in 2119. Well, I would imagine that court cards in 2119 would be very, very simplified, because they'd probably be playing with some kind of digital game or whatever, and they probably would be very, very, very standardized and very digital, almost like in my head they like CQ codes or something. Let's see. And then he's got, let's see here. I wonder if he could have, and the King of Spades, he's got the sword. Maybe he's got like a dagger or something in his other hand. I'm going to take this, what I've got. I like that face and that collar. I'm just going to duplicate it and go ahead and flip it, because it always is very helpful to do that quickly so I can start seeing what it's going to look like. And also to like figure out how the shapes go together. All right, let's see here. Maybe he's got some kind of like, let's see. His shoulders come down like this. And then maybe he's got like some kind of like really sweet like chain or necklace right there. And then maybe give him a little bit of layers here, so this piece of this fabric goes up like that. And I know it's going to meet right here, so I'm going to try to create something that, some piece of element that comes in here and meets. I don't know what that is. It's going to be some kind of like necklace or something. All right, let me go ahead and bring that down, duplicate it again, flip it around. See, I like that. So like, I like how it kind of like comes together right here in the middle. Now maybe I could take this and bring it, do some like vertical stripes. Oops, I need to do it on a different layer. Now, what you see here is just me initially roughing stuff in. There, it could end up being completely, I may end up scrapping this and trying something completely different. I don't know. So don't sign off on everything just yet, because I like to play with it a little bit to see how it works. Maybe he's got some kind of like cool like radial, let me try to draw it a little bit better. Maybe it's got like one, I don't know. Like, I just see this really cool radial. I always like putting these radial like designs around their hands. I like that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to duplicate that triangle. I'm going to flip it, bring it over here. Ooh, this already makes me feel kind of, I like that. That's pretty cool. And then maybe it's got like something like this. I don't know what this will be. Just some like some visual elements. No idea. We'll see. Maybe it's got one right here. I think I'm gonna leave this area. I'm gonna leave this area blank for right now. Go ahead and duplicate what I got. All right. Maybe. Oh, I like that. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to take this. I'm just going to take this drawing. This is not. I'm just going to take this drawing. I'm going to duplicate everything and merge it and bring the opacity down. And then I'm just going to try to enhance or what's the word? Just kind of clarify the designs a little bit. And so this is just me doing a second pass. Maybe it's you'll have some cool like elements on one side. Kind of give some shadow or something. Then maybe there's like a second level behind it like that. That'll be like a different color. So this outer edge would be nice and sharp. And he's got maybe like a rim here. Like that. Then his brow comes down. I want it to be really. I'm definitely gonna have green, dark green and gold for sure on the crest. The colors from the crest. Definitely gonna have green, lots of green and gold. But we'll have some other stuff too. I'm just doing these shadows right now. Who knows? Maybe I do this thing where it's just like these. Maybe I don't even like. Maybe I don't even draw facial features. Maybe I just define the face by like its shadows. So it's like it would be like. Oh yeah, totally. We'll do lots of metallics. Why not? Yeah, the 6'5" metallic inks are awesome. don't know if I like that. We'll see. I don't know if I like that or not. I'm just going to go back. Try something else. I got the layer still. I'm not going to delete it. I can try something else. Let me see. I don't want to do it. I want to kind of do it abbreviated to where it's not like. I want it to have a strong look to it, but still be classic looking. I don't know. I won't have the crest on all the quartz. I don't think so. I don't want the crest to completely overpower everything. A big Twinkie on his in his hair. How do I decide who gets mustaches? It's not standard at all. Literally, I just threw one on him, and that's how I decided. I mean, if I was trying to do a very, very classic deck, I would kind of go with the standard ones, who's got them and who doesn't. But there's really no. Just reposition his crown a little bit. I like that face a lot more than the last one. I want to bring it a little bit further down on his brow. All right, what time is it? We're doing good. Just zoom back out. I'm going to duplicate this head. Turn it around. Draw this sword because I like swords and I want to draw a sword. I don't know why, I just thought about it, but for some reason I want to put a snake wrapped around the sword. No idea why. So I'm just going to draw. I want him facing inwards. Just going to flip it. I definitely will need to find some reference before I draw a snake's head. Snake's heads are really hard for me to draw for some reason. Probably because I never draw snakes. We'll see how that how I feel about that. I may get rid of it. I don't know. We'll see. Probably it's distracting, but who knows? Let's see. All right. Let me make some decisions. Let's give him this kind of robust collar. That's going to be a pain to draw, I know that, in Illustrator. All right. Feeling good about this. I like this. I like where it's going. All right, let's flip it. Let's get all we got here. Bong, bong, bong. You know, I like this. I like the way this line that I just drew in there for symmetry is creating something. I don't know what it is, but I like the line it's creating. Let's see what happens. Just some designs here. Maybe it's like a rope or something. Kind of tassel or something on the end of that. And then I'll have all the radial stuff around his sword. All right, let's see how that goes. I like that. We'll see. All right. All right, so I'm going to take this. It's 1040. We're doing good. I'm going to take this into Illustrator just so I can show you guys a little bit of the process. I'm going to Turn this channel off here. Oops. Channels. I want to turn off my die. Save as. Just export this. Probably should save it a little bit. I haven't even saved it all. That's not very smart of me. Let's see. Heraldry. HH. This will be called King of Spades Test 1. Good. Now I'm going to just save it as a JPEG. Hit save. Yes. All right. Just open. Let me open up the file. There's the Equinox 1 reprint tuck case. Let's see. All right. Let me open. So I'm going to go to poker die and see if it loads up. Oh, maybe it didn't break. Okay, there we go. So I got my poker die here. This is my, I'm an Illustrator now. I'm going to open my artwork that I just saved. Dropbox. Heraldry. King of Spades test. Man, my computer's running slow tonight. All right. So I got artwork. Bring it in here. Skosh big. I'm going to squat it down a little bit. Yeah. Size it up. All right. I'm going to bring the opacity down on this layer. We'll try 25%, maybe a little bit more, 10%. All right. I'm going to lock that layer, make a new layer on top, and I'm just going to start going to town. This is just me kind of working at it as I go, working out the design as I go. I'm just going to draw with shapes. Just draw with shapes right now. If this is incredibly boring, I am sorry. This is the way I roll. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because I can always go back and fix it. But I like to just work quick, because usually when I overwork stuff, usually my first intuitions are pretty good. Not always. It's not always the case, but I like to work quick so I can just get shapes on there. I'm using the pen tool. Good old-fashioned pen tool. And this is the, all right, let me put his irises in so I can work around them. Hopefully maybe by the tonight I can have a really solid face drawn for you guys. Sorry I'm so quiet. It's kind of me doing my thing here. I usually listen to music, but I can't listen to music because YouTube will get me. I went to college and got a drawing and painting degree, but my college career was a complete 6 years wasted. I taught myself everything I know about Photoshop and Illustrator. I don't regret it, but looking back, there's no reason for me to have gone to college because I learned everything I needed to know on my own and didn't learn anything in college. So, yes, to answer your question, yes, I self-taught. All right, I'm going to save this in case my computer crashes. I'm already off to a good start. I feel good about it. I like it a lot. Let's say King of Spades test 1. Okay, we got that saved. I want him to feel a little bit older. So that's why I'm putting just some of these wrinkles and such in there. Really like this. I like this a lot, actually. I like it a lot. Thanks, Richard. I appreciate that. I really like it, actually. It's kind of a mix of realistic, because obviously I'm putting a bunch of, you know, establishing lines, but it kind of, it feels a little, it's got like that traditional feel to it. We'll see how it goes. All right, let me knock in his mouth. Let me just back up. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Let me put in his mouth. I always start with the corners of the mouths. Right there. The mouth makes a very flat an M shape. Just pull this down a little bit. And then it has like a little Y. And then once you've got the M, really, a lot of people spend too much time, like Napoleon Dynamite, spend 3 hours shading the upper lip. People spend so much time drawing the upper lip when it's basically like two solid shapes. You have the shadow of the upper lip, like right here. Kind of comes down like this. Oops. Well, I was doing what I wanted to do. Comes down like this. It's not working. Oh, I got it. I know why it's not working. Gotta make this path. There we go. So you got the top lip, and then you don't draw the bottom lip, you draw the shadow of the underneath the bottom lip. And that's really all you need. And then you got yourself a mouth right there. I think his bottom lip will come back just a smidge. Let's bring it down a little bit. And then let's put the hint, some nose details here. Save. All right. Let me establish. I'm going to wait. Let me draw his crown right quick. Knock that out. Low-hanging fruit. The fund for the new printer, I think that we're about halfway there. I think we're halfway there, which I'm super pumped about. Everybody's doing really good on the auctions, and really helping out. Yeah, I'm sorry, Matt. Yeah, it was fun to have Joe. He was kind of last minute. He came by and hung out for a little bit. It was fun. Hopefully, he can come out to the shop because I seriously have nothing. No goodies out here. I wanted to give him some goodies. I'm trying to figure out. I've done so many crowns that it's sometimes hard not to repeat myself on crowns. Save. Man, I don't know how many. how many files I've done in my life and lost because I didn't save. I'm really sorry I'm not talking very much. Sometimes I just zone out when I'm doing this stuff. Yeah, I can set up an autosave. I definitely can. The only thing I don't like autosave is it always gets in my way. It'll save at the worst time, and I don't like that. I'm usually pretty good about it, though. It's almost second nature now. I usually do it after I finish like a section. Don't like that tangent right there. I'll have to fix that later. Still working on the glass of whiskey? Yeah, well, no, this is another glass of whiskey. That's how I remember to save, because I only take a drink when I save. Oh. Put the nasolabial fold in there. $11.07. I bet I can knock out his hair just in time to be finished. And I'm not going to, this is not final. I don't know if I'm going to use this. I really like this. And if I don't use this on this deck, I definitely will use this on something else because I really like this guy's face. All right, I'll draw the mustache just for you. How curly do we want the mustache? Do we want it super curly? Just finish this hair. I'll end with the mustache. Yes, curly. Done. Curly it is. My brother has a huge handlebar mustache. A little more character to that beard. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Well, I can't click that point. Doesn't want me clicking it. There we go. All right, let's see here. Mustache. See crosshairs for life. Thanks for coming. All right, let's start with the curl. Let's get us a nice spiral. We're going to go over the top. Here we go. Let's see. Reflect. Okay. Might be a little bit too curly. That's all right, though. We can bring it back. think I'm going to delete that and that one. I have to shrink it up a little bit so it's not fighting. Let me take these nasolabial folds out right quick. Shorten this a smidge. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Oops. Let me just refine a few shapes. I'm going to curve this a little bit. Delete that. I'm going to come in with it a little bit. And then thank you, Matt. Appreciate the kind words. Add a few little embellishments. All right, I'm going to save this, and I'll take the drawing out from behind it just so you can take a look at it. Yeah, I really like that a lot. So I can get an idea what it's going to look like. Let me just move that nasolabial fold back. And then just a little bit. Needs a little bit of a cheekbone right here. I think I took that off. It's a little too high. And then curve it down like that. Come to a point. Save. And then to finish it off, I always like to put a highlight in their eyes. Just to give them some life. That's all you need. Yep, I like that a lot. I really like that. I don't like this stuff in his crown very much. I think I'm gonna delete that, and I'll work on that. I'll leave it for now, but I'm gonna end up changing that, I think. But let me just take it. It's already grouped. I'll just duplicate it and spin it around so you can kind of see already Yeah, I really like that. Well, that's pretty good. 11:17, just over an hour. I really like this a lot. I really like this face. I'm really pleased with this. Let me see here. Yeah, looks pretty good. He has that kind of feeling of, you know, classic playing card, but he's got enough detail that he kind of has a little bit more of a realistic look. So going back to Photoshop, just taking these sketches, these very rough sketches, and just working them out. And you can kind of get an idea of what it would look like. Let me stop screen sharing here. Back. All right, there you guys are. It's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys. Anyways, I think that's about it. I'm really pleased with tonight. I'm glad that I did a court card because I was kind of getting. I really gotta keep myself inspired by stuff that I work on, and I was kind of getting a little stale and bored with the Tut case because it was so detailed and how to do so. But it's okay. I'll go back to it once I'm finished. But I always usually start with the King of Spades when I'm doing court cards. It's a good place for me to start. I usually do a King of Spades, and then I do I'll either do the King of Spades at the back design first, and then I'll do an Ace of Spades. I'll do the Ace of Spades usually, and then just work it from there. But I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I think what I'm going to do is I know that I've said in the past that I want to do everything on screen, but I think it'll just take way too long if I do every court card on screen. And so I think what I'm going to do is, like tonight, I started this court card. I think I'll go ahead and finish the court card, finish this specific court card offline. Oh, tired, sorry. And then next week you'll be able to see it finished. Hopefully, just giving myself more work. That's okay. And then I'm guessing that the rest of the deck will be like that. Now I've got a lot of work to do on the Tut case, but that's okay. It's just a work in progress. So that's that. That's kind of my process on court cards, especially when I'm working Illustrator. I would have just continued to keep working out the design a little bit at a time, and then once I'm finished with the black outlines, I would just go back and color it. And that's when I can, once I'm finished with the basic line work, then I can choose the colors and stuff, like the metallic inks and stuff like that, and kind of work it off there. Yes, this is for the heraldry deck. So far, this is what this is for. Yeah. So now I'm gonna go to sleep because I gotta work again tomorrow, like everybody else. But I appreciate you guys spending the time to hang out. Thanks for the good questions. And I'll see you guys next week on Sunday. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a great week.